Alrighty, hello people and welcome. Well, I think I'm about ready to wrap it up. I know I've said that many times. Now, obviously, let's be specific here. This doesn't necessarily need to be the end of this build. If I started augmenting my items, sure, I could probably get to higher riff levels, but I think even when you augment everything, you're only going to be gaining at most like 4 riff levels, something like that. And I don't know. I mean, I could probably fish for really good maps and really good Rift Guardians and maybe get 1, maybe even 2 more Rift levels, but it almost seems like this build is better for maps that don't have very many creatures, that are twisty and windy. You know, you just go and you find the elites and kill the elites and move on and hope that you get a good Rift Guardian at the end, like the one that I just got. That's Cold Snap guy. Matter of fact, you probably want Rift Guardians that don't summon up creatures, so that all of your skeletal mages are focused on that one Rift Guardian. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna wrap it up. I mean, just got nothing else I can think of. Anything that I change out, I'm gonna be sacrificing one thing for another. I could switch out this for something like Andariel's Visage for, you know, a lot of extra damage, but I'll be losing a lot of toughness. And I'm already dying more than what I would like. Everything is all pretty much. I could switch out this for something like, let's say, Reaper's Wraps to give me a little extra essence, but then I'd be losing out on the extra elites that would be spawning from the shrines and pylons. So this right here, maybe if I got a better unity instead of that armor, if I got something else, critical hit or something, yeah, it could help a little bit. But I don't know, it just doesn't seem like there's gonna be anything that's gonna, you know, I would need a huge increase, and I mean a huge increase, something where I've got an extra 100% damage, something like that. I have tried to go with like a poison based setup so that I could use this weapon. And yes, I would be gaining that extra 100% damage, but I end up losing a lot of stuff in the process. skeletal mages that you get, the poison-based ones, are... I'm not going to say they're worthless, but... they're basically just stationary, and they don't really attack per se. They just kind of just ooze out this poison aura that the enemies have to come next to in order to be affected by them, and that just didn't seem to work at all. I mean, the only thing left to do is to go to... I had another build. This is a Grim Sith build. Kind of similar to what I played in the past, except I used Grim Sith and Corpse Lance. But with this one, this is just all Grim Sith. It's just no fun to play. It's just... you basically try and get hordes of creatures around and then start swiping at the hordes of creatures. There was something else about it too. This armor's probably not the best armor. Really, I think the best armor to get would actually be a wizard armor. It's the Tal Rasha's chest armor, because it's got 4 primaries plus a socket. So you get 1 extra primary. And that's not ancient. But like I said, it just isn't a very fun build to play. I don't think. The other thing that's tricky is your simulacrums swing with the Grim Sith when you do, but if your simulacrums are nowhere near the enemy, they do no damage, because they're not close enough to the enemy. So, and it's kind of random where they go. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm done. I just feel like this season was really disappointing with the new set. The Bone Spear. The Bone Spear also was not very fun to play, but I wish it would have at least done something a little bit better than what it did. I found some new items since I made this build, but and that's maybe the other disappointing thing too, is this is only maybe 2 riff levels better than the Bone Spear setup that I had. I really wish that the Bone Spear could have done better. I was going with a cold based version, utilizing Frostburn. The other thing I didn't like about this Bone Spear setup is it's heavily dependent upon Crispin Sentence. And it's heavily dependent upon your simulacrums shooting out a Bone Spear. And there are lots of situations that can come up that can really nerf this build. If you get Juggernaut, any creature with Juggernaut, this build is almost worthless with any creature with Juggernaut, because more or less you're only going to be doing 1/3, maybe even 1/4 your normal damage, because Juggernaut is immune to control based effects. I believe that's what it is. And so you're not gaining the triple damage from this. You're not even gaining the 96% damage against slowed enemy, because it can't be slowed. And your Bane of the Trapped. Bane of the Trapped is worthless also. So any Juggernaut, you just can't. And then Wallers is another one. Bone Spears apparently don't go through the walls. So you got a Waller come up. It's not going to take hardly any damage from your Bone Spear. Unless you get some lucky shots in. And so that was pretty depressing. This just didn't work out all that well. And then I guess just the overall damage wasn't all that great. A couple of times I thought I had something really good, like when I put on this Captain Crimson, and that did help a little bit. It did help a little bit. It just didn't boost it up enough. You know, I could have instead tried going with a poison-based version. I could have tried this here. Look at, see that base damage though isn't all that great. It's not bad, but it's not great. But the thing was, with a poison based version, I'm not really gaining all that much. Because this is 400%. With a poison-based version, at most you're probably going to get 500%. This is what you'd be giving up. Obviously don't want to give up this. So I'd wield this weapon and then I'd have the poison-based weapon in there. I don't think I have a good version of it. Let's see, this one's not bad, but that base damage is pretty low. 1593 to 2026. So, I don't know. They put off giving very much help to the Necromancer for a long time. And then they finally come and give the Necromancer a new set, and it's almost worthless. I was hoping Anarius might have come out to be something kind of good because they increased the damage reduction, which can give you a 90% damage reduction, but there's just not enough damage behind it. Something I could tinker around with maybe, but you would think with a 90% damage reduction you'd be not invincible, but you would think that you would have something good there, but it's really not. Alright, so that's it for this season, I guess. I might do a little bit of multiplayer action with once in a while. I don't know if I'll make any videos on it or not, but if not, this is it for this season. Now next season, they're they had been talking about it being a season of balance, where they're going to rebalance a lot of the different items, you know, buffing up the ones that are underpowered, maybe nerfing the ones that are overpowered. That could be interesting. If they end up doing anything like that, I might play that season. If not, I'll be doing something else. But okay, people, I will see you all next time around next season. Maybe not. Okay, bye everyone.